Thoughts on Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, Eddie?
It's quite funny. I saw some bloke put out some like viewing figures from the
Really
that were
nice
so
Derek.
what?
The Twitter account's called Really Nice Derek.
I know. They were all wrong, and the Tommy Fury one was actually the real audience was less than 10% what it was. But I like Tommy Fury against Jake Paul. I don't personally. I don't mind what Jake Paul is putting the work in, right? And I've seen many pro fighters that are worse than Jake Paul.
He's calling out Canelo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was the greatest. They actually sent a couple of dweebs in the ring. Did you see it? Oh, it's so funny. Let me tell you how they got in, all right? They dressed up, they got T-shirts and hats, DAZN hats, printed, right? They got DAZN logos made for their microphones on their cameras, right? And they basically somehow illegally found some names, got an access. So I didn't know what was happening. I was in the ring and Canelo goes, "Get the fuck out." I mean, I've never seen three geezers shit themselves so quickly in their life. You see? Oh. And
was there three? I thought it was two.
No, I'll tell you the story. So there was three of them, right? And they were like lifting their T-shirts up and they had a picture of Jake Paul on or something like that. So security spotted them. They took them backstage. And I went back and I saw them because the police wanted to arrest them and all this sort of stuff. And they didn't get arrested. They got let go. But I saw them, right? So I went out on the pitch and they're sitting there like this, like absolutely petrified. And there was two geezers who were about, I don't know, 20, 21. Normal guy, like who you'd expect, like, Transformer Pajamas Brigade. And then there was this other bloke, and he was about 50, right? So they're getting a dressing down. And I said to this bloke on the end, I went, "Mate, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, what?" I said, "I understand these kids. Like, it's quite a big thing, isn't it? If you're part of that world, and you haven't got much of a sort of social, ability. If you got in the ring and showed a picture of Jake Paul, wow, like to all that clique, you're like, that's an amazing thing to do." So these are just young kids. They're opportunists. They've done something that they shouldn't have, whatever. But this guy, he's like 50. I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, no." I said, "Look, these kids." I said, "What?" I felt really bad for him because he was like, they're all virtually crying. And I said, "What do you do for a living?" He went, "I'm a school teacher." I said, "For fuck's sake." What? So.
What was the relationship then between the older guy and the two younger?
I have no idea. I just couldn't make the whole thing. Like the other two kids were just kids, they were just kids. And but this guy was like a 50-year-old. It was all weird.
He was a legend in school though. When he went
yeah, no, but that's what I said. But I said to him, I said, "You must have known." I think they were petrified they were going to get arrested or something. I said, "Guys, you must have known that if it went wrong, which he has, like, it weren't going to be the best scenario." But yeah, in the end, but it is what it is. You got to tighten up security, but at the same time, sometimes,
If we ever wanted confirmation that Canelo can speak English, we definitely got it after.
Canelo's English is amazing.
He's been talking in interviews, to be fair.
I know. No, it's funny because I posted a picture of me and him last night, and like people just, "Oh mate, get out of his arse." Oh mate. But no, it's good. It was a great event, to be honest with you. I mean, it was the best ring walk I've ever seen. I know the main event fight weren't the greatest fight of all time, but the production, it was just incredible. My new pal, J Balvin, so.
You're mates with him now, is he?
Yeah, we're big mates, yeah.
Obviously.
Just, obviously with his new song, Maji. Big fan. Cool guy.
Eddie, can we talk about welterweights, please?
Of course we can.